In this lesson, we are going to learn how to build a circuit using TinkerCAD. A lot of time when people design a circuit, they start with a schematic diagram like the one that I show you on the left. In this case, we have a 9-volt battery connected to a push button and a resistor and an LED, and then this wire go back to the negative terminal of the battery. All right, so it's much easier to represent a circuit using a circuit diagram, and you can put a lot of components on the circuit diagram and still quite manageable. When we put a circuit diagram into a circuit board, the connection may look a little bit messy. So that's why it's very important that we learn how to understand the circuit and design a circuit using a schematic, which make it much easier to see. And once we finish designing a circuit, we start to build it and test the circuit, see whether it do the work as we expected. So here on TinkerCAD, you can start to get the components. So assuming that you don't have the batteries, but in this case we have the batteries showing up already, just in case doesn't show the component you want, I just type the component I want on this search bar, and now I type breadboard because I need a breadboard to put the components on it in a tidy way. Okay, type breadboard. Then now you can see that it's come up with a breadboard. I keep it on the left, and now I want to put the battery. All right, so well, in this case, because the circuit is 9 volts, so I pull a battery, and well, you can rotate it because the connection is on the left and the circuit board is on the right, so it's better to just rotate it. I can do that, and drag it back to here, 9-volt battery. And now I can connect the battery to the breadboard. So I put them a little bit closer, and I can make the whole circuit bigger or smaller using, if you're using a mouse, there's the scroll wheel of the mouse. You can scroll it to make it bigger or smaller. If you touch screen, then you can just zoom in as usual. All right, so now I'm going to move this circuit a little bit. So I want to have a bigger circuit board so you can see a little bit easier. Next thing, I'm going to connect the battery. Here is a battery on the left. A lot of time it's easier to put the components on TinkerCAD following the circuit diagram, right? So I have a battery on the left, so I'll have a battery on the left and then the circuit on the right. And the top side is the positive because the battery is a long side on the top, so this side is the positive. So on the third circuit board, you can see it's a little plus, which indicates a location that you can put the positive on this line. Actually, the circuit board doesn't really mind whether you put a positive or negative on which row, but it's much easier to follow the sign on the board because if you put a positive on the top, nothing to stop you from doing that, but later on you may confuse yourself because it's a label negative here. So as a good practice, we just follow the sign of the circuit board. So I connect the positive. So you can click on the component, then draw a line. Whenever you want to turn, you can just click the mouse and then you can turn. Right? So now I connected the positive to the circuit board. I can shift the line a little bit to make it really tidy. You can see that there's line to show you that it's vertical, horizontal. So yeah, now we have drawn a line. You can choose a color. Now this line is red, so it's okay, it's red. But this one, the negative, we normally use a black, so we'll change the color later on. So again, when you come to here, we click it before you return. So, all right, so the line's not right, so we can just shift it a little bit. Yep. And this line is a negative. I would normally put it black to indicate it's negative. So now the circuit board is connected with the power, and I'm going to put the components into the circuit board. Right, so now the next one is a push button. I purposely put the label, I mean the name of the components in the bottom to help you to identify the symbol and make it easier for you to search the component from this search bar. All right, so next one we need to find the push button. Okay, push button is show up here, and I'm going to drag it. And for the push button, okay, so I don't need it. Okay, for the push button, you'll find that at the top there's two connections. So this is the switch of the two end of the switch. That means when you push this button, this two end is connected. When the button is not pushed, this is open. Right? So the top here, this connection, and the bottom, they are connected. So you're connecting this end and this end, they're no different because they are internally connected. It's the same on the left, right? So the push button is connecting the left and the right pin of this push button. Now we're going to put it in the diagram. So because it's left and right, we try to match these diagrams up and down. So again, we rotate this push button. Now it's in the right position. Then I'm going to put it somewhere. There's a problem because, okay, if you look at those pins, this row is all connected, right? And this row is connected. So you can only connect left and right on the breadboard. If I put it this way, this two end is already connected. So I have to put it this way. So left and right is the switch. So on the circuit board, this row and this row is not connected until I push the button. So yep, I don't have much choice here. So I have to put the push button here. All right. So now one end of the push button is connected to the power. So I connect this one to the power. I don't have space. I need to shift this one a little bit. Okay, so I have a space to connect it to the positive. So I connect a line here. All right. So as a common convention for me to do it is follow the color. If something is connected to positive, I use a red line to indicate that. I know that this end is connected to the positive. And then the other end, I can connect it here to a resistor. I will do that here. I can connect a resistor. Sometimes we have to admit that we have to do it horizontally, although this circuit is vertical, but we just remember that to start from the battery, we connect to one end of the switch and then continue from the other side of the switch here. Before we put the connection, we need to put a component. So this is a resistor. So I put resistor here. Okay, resistor. Okay, here's a resistor. All right, resistor have a value 470. So we have to put 470. And don't forget the unit is k ohm. Now we need to change it to ohm. Right, so this is a resistor. Again, we want to rotate it because we want to put it horizontally. All right, so now we have a resistor, and then this resistor is connected because in this breadboard, all the pins here, this column are all connected, right? So all 5 holes are connected, so that's why we don't need a wire to connect this one, just like this wire is connecting the power to here because there's the power, this row is separate from this row. So if we want to connect them together, we need to put a jumper wire. But in this case, we can just use the connection at the back of the pin of the breadboard to connect the resistor and this push button. Now, the other end of the resistor, we are going to connect it to a LED. So we're going to find an LED. Right, LED. So a simple LED will do the job. If you look at the LED, if you look at the LED, you'll find that one side is straight and one side is curly. It marks anode and cathode. The anode is the positive side of the LED, which corresponding to the flat end of this symbol. It's a triangle shape. It's showing the direction of current flow. It's just like an arrow here. So the broad end of the triangle is the positive and the pointy end is the negative. All right, so now the resistor is connected to the positive end of the resistor. So in that case, we need to have the positive side on this side and the negative the other side. So we need to rotate the resistor to align it to the circuit board. Now we can put the positive here. All right, so now the resistor connected to the positive end of the LED, and then now we're going to connect the negative end of LED back to the negative terminal of the battery, right? So we need to have a line going back to here. Okay, we're going to connect a jumper wire, so to a line here. Just turn and okay, go to here. You need to click it to connect to a hole of the breadboard. Now again, we can just tidy it up a little bit, make it, yep. And then because it's a negative, so I choose a black color. All right, so this simple circuit is finished. I'm going to test it, run simulation, and suppose I press this button, this circuit should turn on, right? Yep, it's working.